Welcome to the Bachelor of Social Work Distance Delivery Applicant Information Session for the 2026 to 2027 intake year. In this presentation, we will walk you through the program structure, eligibility criteria, admission requirements, and what you can expect as a student in our distance delivery program. The University of Manitoba Fort Garry campus is located on the original lands of the Anishinaabe, Innu, Anishinaabe, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and on the national homeland of the Red River Métis. We respect the treaties that were made on these territories. We acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past, and we dedicate ourselves to move forward in partnership with Indigenous communities in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. This presentation will cover key information for prospective applicants, beginning with admissions criteria and the differences between Track 1 and Track 2. It will explain the meanings of Tiers 1, 2, and 3, followed by a walkthrough of how AGPA, Adjusted Grade Point Average, is calculated. Viewers will also learn how to check transfer credits using the university's Transfer Credit Guide. Finally, we will outline what to expect after admission, including tuition fees, as well as important dates and deadlines. If this video does not answer your questions, we will be hosting regular Q&A sessions leading up to the application deadline. Dates and links will be available on our website. The Bachelor of Social Work Distance Delivery Program is a 123 credit hour degree designed for students living outside Winnipeg. It blends independent, asynchronous online learning through Learn with scheduled live evening web conferences, usually held between 6 to 8 p.m. Central Time. Students may study full-time or part-time and have up to 9 years to complete all program requirements. In this format, most coursework is completed independently, while weekly evening web conferences provide opportunities to connect with instructors and classmates. This flexible structure supports learners who are balancing school with work, family, or community commitments. The BSW consists of 123 credit hours, including 48 elective credits, which consist of 27 credit hours of general electives, including math and English, 12 credit hours of humanities, social sciences, or family social sciences, 6 credit hours of Indigenous courses, 3 credit hours of women and gender studies, 75 credit hours of required social work courses. Please keep in mind that you will need to complete the University of Manitoba's math and written English requirements within your first 60 credit hours in the program. If you haven't taken a math course, we will be offering a specific math section for social work students. If you have completed a previous bachelor's degree recognized by the University of Manitoba, the math and written English requirements are considered fulfilled. To apply for the distance delivery program, you must meet 3 key requirements. First, live outside Winnipeg. This means any location beyond the perimeter highway. Second, have at least 1,750 hours of relevant work or volunteer experience between March 2021 and March 2026. And third, meet the coursework requirements through Track 1 or Track 2. The residency requirement must be met at the time you submit your application. We have 2 tracks available for applicants. It is important to understand which track you should apply to. For either track, you will need a minimum adjusted grade point average, or AGPA, of 2.5, which is equivalent to AC+. Track 1 applicants must have completed at least 30 credit hours of university-level coursework by May 1st. You will need a minimum adjusted grade point average, or AGPA, of 2.5, which is equivalent to AC+. Within those 30 credit hours, you must complete specific required courses, each with a grade of C or better. All courses must be at the 1,000 level or higher. We strongly recommend taking courses in psychology, family social sciences, and sociology. Track 2 is similar but allows for fewer credit hours. A minimum of 24 credit hours completed by May 1st, with an AGPA of 2.5 or higher. Completion of all required courses with a minimum grade of C. All courses must be 1,000 level or above. Unlike Track 1, required courses for Track 2 may be more than 10 years old. Again, we recommend coursework in psychology, family social sciences, and sociology. Track 2 is more flexible for applicants who don't meet the strict course type requirements of Track 1, but still meet the credit and GPA criteria. All applicants must have a minimum of 1,750 hours of work or volunteer experience in the social services field. This experience must have taken place between March 2021 and March 2026. Examples include working in roles such as caseworker, child and family services support worker, research interviewer, or other roles involving social work functions like assessment, planning, intervention, and evaluation. We evaluate work experience by tier. Tier 1, most relevant, 100% of hours counted. Tier 2, moderately relevant, 50%. Tier 3, indirectly relevant, 25%. You will need to provide a write-up on each experience. Your write-up helps us determine which tier your experience falls into. The closer your role is to social work functions, the more weight your hours will carry. For hours to be assessed, you must describe in detail the roles and duties for each work and or volunteer experience in the past 5 years. Point form answers are not accepted. Tiers will be based on an in-depth description of your duties and work and or volunteer experience. The selection committee will determine which tier level your hours are allocated. This will determine the percentage of hours you receive toward the 1,750 total hours required. Each work and or volunteer experience must be described individually. The online application provides space to identify and describe each work and or volunteer experience's roles and duties within the last 5 years. The admissions committee relies heavily on your written description of your work and volunteer experience. If there is no description or if it is less than 250 words, those work and volunteer experience hours will not be assessed and are counted. The online application will provide space to outline the number of weeks, hours per week, and total hours for each role. Blank fields will be interpreted by the selection committee as 0 hours worked, and this will make applicants ineligible for reconsideration. Hours outside of the 5-year period, March 1st, 2021 to March 1st, 2026, will not be considered. Tier 1 examples are assessment. Conducted biopsychosocial assessments with individuals and families to identify strengths, risks, support needs, and service eligibility. Completed safety and risk assessments for children, youth, or vulnerable adults. Assess the impact of social determinants of health, housing, income, employment, mental health on client well-being. Facilitated intake interviews to gather relevant history and determine appropriate service pathways. Planning. Develop collaborative case plans or service plans with clients outlining goals, timelines, and required supports. Coordinated interdisciplinary planning with healthcare providers, educators, and community agencies. Created culturally grounded support plans that integrate Indigenous knowledge, community values, or trauma-informed approaches. Identified and prioritized intervention strategies based on client strengths, risks, and available resources. Intervention. Provided crisis intervention, stabilization, and safety planning for clients experiencing acute distress. Delivered supportive counseling, advocacy, or system navigation to help clients access housing, income assistance, mental health care, or community programs. Facilitated group interventions, e.g., parenting groups, psychoeducation sessions, support groups. Advocated on behalf of clients with government departments, healthcare systems, or justice partners to address barriers or rights issues. Evaluation. Monitored progress toward established goals through regular check-ins and documentation. Evaluated the effectiveness of interventions and adjusted case plans when needs or circumstances changed. Completed closing summaries and outcome reports to assess client progress and service impact. Participated in program evaluation by tracking service delivery indicators or incorporating client feedback. Tier 2 examples are: provide direct support to residents by assisting with goal setting, crisis intervention, and behavior management. Please note personal hygiene care, bathing, will not be considered in any tier. Completed intake assessments, safety checks, and incident reports while maintaining a supportive, trauma-informed environment. Facilitated life skills programs, supervised routines, and ensure the physical and emotional safety of all residents. collaborated with social workers, clinicians, and community agencies to coordinate supports and monitor progress. Assisted CFS workers with family visits, transportation, documentation, and supervision of access to ensure child safety and meaningful family connections. Supported families in navigating resources such as food security programs, housing, parenting supports, and mental health services. Conducted home visits, observed family interactions, and provided feedback to the case manager to support case planning. Helped implement intervention plans through practical guidance, advocacy, and culturally safe engagement. Provided administrative and practical support to case managers through file organization, scheduling, documentation, and data entry. Assisted with completing collateral checks, gathering records, preparing case summaries, and organizing case conferences. Supported client service by arranging transportation, supervising visits, and assisting with basic needs coordination. Conducted structured or semi-structured interviews with participants while ensuring informed consent, confidentiality, and ethical practice. Collected qualitative and quantitative data, maintained accurate field notes, and entered data into research databases. Engage respectfully with diverse participants and ensure culturally safe interviewing practices. Collaborated with research teams to support analysis, recruitment, and project reporting. Tier 3 experience may look like assisted with program delivery in community centers, after-school programs, or youth drop-ins, supported participants with activities, provided encouragement, and ensured a safe, inclusive environment, helped with setup, registration, attendance, and basic administrative tasks, provided day-to-day support to individuals accessing emergency shelters or transitional housing, assisted with basic needs such as meals, clothing, hygiene supplies, and referrals to community resources, monitored common areas, encouraged respectful interactions, and reported concerns to supervisors, supported individuals with non-medical daily living tasks such as grocery shopping, meal preparation, housekeeping, or transportation to appointments, offered companionship, social engagement, and emotional reassurance, assisted clients in maintaining independence and social connection, welcomed clients, helped them navigate forms, scheduled appointments, and provided general information about services, offered empathetic listening and directed clients to appropriate staff or community supports, maintained confidentiality and ensure a respectful, accessible first point of contact, provided support to teachers and students by helping with classroom activities, supervision, and individualized learning tasks, supported children with social skills, emotional regulation, or inclusive participation, assisted with documentation, resources, and communication with caregivers, volunteer roles, assisted with food banks, cultural programs, recreation activities, or community events, supported community members with navigating services, signing up for programs, or accessing basic needs. When it comes to your application write-ups, the admissions committee relies heavily on your written description of your work and volunteer experience. You must submit at least 250 words for each role you list. Use full sentences, not point form. Focus on your specific duties, responsibilities, and the population you served. Be as detailed as possible. This is a critical part of your application. Your adjusted grade point average, or AGPA, is calculated based on your most recent 60 credit hours of university-level coursework. Only courses acceptable to the University of Manitoba are included in this calculation. If you have completed a total of 36, 60 credit hours of university work, the lowest marks will be dropped from the calculation of the AGPA in accordance with the above table. For instance, if you have completed 36 to 59 credit hours, 6 credit hours of the lowest grades will be dropped in calculation of the AGPA. If an applicant has completed more than 60 credit hours of university work, the AGPA will be calculated over the most recently completed 60 credit hours of university work, minus 12 hours of the lowest grades. If it is not possible to clearly identify the most recently completed 60 credit hours of work, the term grade point average containing the most recent of the 60 credit hours will be used as a representative grade for the remaining hours. Eligible courses must be at the 1000 level or above. Must have a minimum grade of C. Some college or certificate courses may be accepted. This is assessed by the admissions office. You can review your own courses using the University of Manitoba online transfer credit resource. This is what the transfer credit resource looks like on the U of M website. Please be sure to click on the I am a new admit prospective student seeking course transfer information. Next, you will see there is a box to select your province, then your institution, and then the subject equivalent or course subject. This will then show you what courses you took at your previous institutions and give you the course equivalences at the University of Manitoba. It's important to note that if a course does not appear as a course equivalent in this database, that doesn't necessarily mean that the course can be counted towards your transfer credits. The course will need to be evaluated by the admissions office to make sure it meets the U of M course equivalency or can be transferred as university credit. Course evaluation can take several months to process. In this example, you can see the courses from this college in the specific subject and how they transfer to the U of M. Once admitted, you will connect with an academic advisor to create your degree plan. You will register for courses, attend online orientations, and be supported throughout your academic journey. The program is flexible and designed with distance learners in mind. The distance delivery team has developed an orientation module that offers participants a practical experience in UM Learn Brightspace, the same portal they will use to attend their classes and submit their assignments. Full support from BSW and the university as a whole. Distance delivery team. This includes our distance delivery director, field placement team, technical team, administrative assistants, student assistants, and academic advisors. Tuition and fees are based on how many credit hours you take per semester. For example, if you take 30 credit hours over fall and winter terms, your costs are estimated on that basis. Tuition is due within the first month of each semester. Visit the university's undergraduate tuition and fees paid for current rates. There are many social work-specific bursaries and awards available to eligible students. Visit the Faculty of Social Work website under Student Experience to find more information on how to apply for financial aid and awards. We awarded over $100,000 worth of bursaries and awards in the Faculty of Social Work. Be sure to review and track all deadlines carefully. This includes deadlines for transcripts, references, course completion, application submission. Check the official admissions page for the most current information. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. Our general inbox is ddsocial.work@manitoba.ca. Our Q&A sessions are hosted by academic advisors who will help to answer any question you may still have. Visit our website for dates, times, and links. If you're ready, we encourage you to apply to the BSW Distance Delivery Program. We look forward to reviewing your application and potentially welcoming you into the program and supporting you on your path to becoming a social worker. Thank you for watching.